Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I got a new toy I'm playing with here. It's like a handheld selfie stick, right? So I don't have to hold the camera. Oh, I got two hands free. What's happening? What's happening, everybody? We're gonna get started. This is our early morning crypto talk, and normally, I have the camera off and I'm just reading from some articles, but today is special. Today, I'll go ahead and turn the camera on because my feed and my messages is getting blown up, exploding right now from everybody saying, hey, Brandon, what are your thoughts on this? Did you see the video? The infamous video. Yes, I did see it last night. People are like, well, Brandon, you were right. You called it. You called it. Shots are being fired. It's happening. It's an attack. Like this is freaking Game of Thrones or something. And you've got, winter is coming right now. It really, that's a good analogy. Winter is coming. Winter's coming. Winter's here. But so is the summertime. Summertime's here as well. I said it the other day. It's a good sunny day here in California. Just because it's sunny doesn't mean it's summertime. Remember that analogy. That's why I did Saturday morning. Watch who you are listening to. Watch who you're listening to. Man, I need to lose some weight. I see my face is looking getting fat right now. Yeah, Greg Thurman trying to call me. I see my face is getting all chubby. I need to be like Chris McCoy. Yeah, I'll get back in the gym. So good morning, everybody. I think you know what we're going to talk about today, what the topic is going to be. So here's what happened. Here's what went down. Last night, I'm minding my own business. And all of a sudden, my phone starts blowing up. And people are sending me links to a Facebook video done by Stormy Wellington. And I didn't look at it at first because, like I said, I was busy doing what I was doing. And I was like, what's all the hoopla about? Why people keep blowing me up with this? You were right. You were right. Did you see the video? Did you see what she's saying? So I click on it and I watch the video. And the video is talking about, the last thing I have to say about crypto. And I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't the last thing she's going to say. It's like Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon said he ain't talking about Bitcoin no more, yet he keeps talking about Bitcoin. This is just the beginning. So I said, uh-oh. And then I see her. She's doing this. Before she even says a word, she's doing this. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. Let's see, what is Stormy talking about? What does she have to say? I already knew what the content was going to be. I knew she was going to be negative about it. Why? Because it's not in her interest. It's not in her interest. See, you guys cannot be surprised when any seven-figure earner from the MLM space who's making a killing and making a living off of their company, their downline, their team, their products, you cannot expect them to have anything positive and encouraging to say about another industry that is seen as a potential threat. No matter what it is. It's a self-defense mechanism. And we'll talk about why that is in a second, but I just wanted to highlight her video. So she goes off talking about, she's sick and tired of people calling her up, asking about Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, whatever. Then she went on a rant. I mean, you talk about emotions. The emotions just flooded out of her. I can tell she was frustrated. So that, somebody in her position, I understand, is being bombarded probably daily about crypto. She's seeing it on her Facebook feed. She's seeing people talking about it. She's starting to see it in the news. Now that the CME and the CBOE is on board and the NASDAQ is on board, you can't avoid it. Big Bang Theory did a 30-minute show about it last Thursday. So everywhere she turns, she's seeing this Bitcoin crap. And to her, it's crap because she doesn't understand it. And admittedly so, she said, all I saw was a Bitcoin video. I saw that video. She doesn't understand it. But I want to highlight this fact because I have a lot of respect for Stormy. Stormy, I interacted with her years ago. She won't remember it because in her eyes, I was probably just a little peon at the time, not worthy of her attention because I wasn't a part of her team or organization as well, and I wasn't making that much money. So she won't remember that interaction, but I've been following Stormy for a very long time. Stormy Wellington is a successful woman, female entrepreneur in the network marketing MLM space. Stormy came from nothing and created a multiple $1 million lifestyle for herself and her family. I have nothing but respect for her accomplishments. For I think just maybe that I know of, artists, Organo Gold, TLC, that she's probably made 7 figures in each company. She's changed thousands of people's lives. She's had her own reality TV show. She's done a lot in this space, especially being a role model for women. Women in the network marketing world that seemingly is dominated by men, but 70% of the people in network marketing are women. She was that individual that made it happen and showed people that it doesn't matter who you are, your background, your gender. If you get your mind right, you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to learn, you can make it happen. And that's exactly what she's done. She will be successful in anything she does. Anything she does, she's going to have success. So I have nothing but respect for her accomplishments. Saying that, however, she knows absolutely nothing about this space. The only reason why I am making a video and I actually turned the camera on is because she is somebody of influence. And when somebody of influence doesn't know about something, but wants to make a statement on it, that has unintended consequences, or you know what, actually it has intended consequences, because she's swaying people who's following her who also know absolutely nothing. And that could be damaging, because now you are influencing the course of their life, what could possibly change their future, because they're listening to you. That's why you always got to watch who you're listening to. So before I continue, I always got to, because there's people who don't know who I am, like who's this cat? Who's this Brandon dude? You know, why? How dare he even mention Stormy's name? You got you got people like that. No, this month is my 19th year anniversary in the network marketing MLM world. I started with ACN from the beginning, and first 10 years I didn't have much success at all. All of my 20s, I didn't make much money at all. But I learned, and I put personal development and self-improvement, and I was willing to bust my tail until I figured it out. And I got to a point where I finally learned the skills necessary to have success. And I've been a top producer in everything that I've done since. I've been a regional vice president, what they call RVP, Black Diamond. I mean, every top position you can think of I've held. I've been the top producer and recruiter in every company. My last position, I was vice president of sales and marketing for a network marketing company. So I've got field experience and corporate experience. And I recently resigned or retired from the MLM space this year. The reason why is because I saw a storm coming. Funny I say storm. I saw a storm coming in the network, in the MLM field. Ever since things that happened with Vima, when the SEC cracked down on Vima, called them a scam, a fraud, a Ponzi, and BK won the case. But it established a new precedent for all MLM companies. And that new precedent is that you must have 50% customer acquisition, meaning your entire check must come at least 50% from customers, people that are not representatives in your organization. Now, those of you who may not know, all the top money earners in network marketing, all the gurus that've got 20, 30, 40, 50,000 and more people on their team, 90% of their money, 90% of their check is coming from their downline being on auto ship and bonuses from new recruits joining their team. Don't let nobody else tell you anything other. That's a damn fact. 90% of their money is coming from building an organization and keeping your organization on auto ship using the products, not from their team going out there getting most customers, because the average person has less than 2 personal customers outside of themselves. And a lot of that is what we call garage qualification, meaning that they bought more products to stay qualified, and they probably just give them to friends and family. There's no actual real, on a mass scale, selling that's taking place. See, when people go out there and they're passing out samples, they're not passing out samples to sign up new customers. They're passing out samples to sign up new representatives. Because somebody that likes the product, they sign up in your business so that they can get the product for less. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. In fact, it shouldn't be wrong. It shouldn't be illegal, and it shouldn't be chastised by the SEC. But the facts remain, the SEC came down with a new ruling. There's only one company in MLM right now, only one, that is 100% SEC compliant. It ain't ACN, it isn't TLC, it isn't Organo Gold, it isn't Longevity, it isn't Herbalife, only one, and that's Body Pro with BK Barreco. And the only reason why I say that is because they couldn't open up their doors without the SEC approval. That's the only reason. So I also saw, especially because I was on the corporate side, what a lot of the CEOs are doing right now is they're playing, it's almost like Russian roulette. They're like, yeah, we understand that the SEC came out with these rules and regulations, and if anybody went to the direct selling conference, it was a hot topic on, and Troy Dooley talks about this, should companies start to begin now to change their culture, change how the reps are advertising, change how our compensation plan is. And a lot of the CEOs know that this must be done, but they're afraid to pull the trigger on that because they're going to upset their leaders, because it's going to impact their leaders' checks. If they implement that 50% rule, these seven-figure gurus are going to go broke overnight. So they figure, you know, we will ride the wave that we're doing right now, and we'll make a change or address it if we get a notification from the SEC. I've been on corporate side. I know how they think. That's the conversation. You know, we'll cross that bridge. I mean, there's so many companies out there. You know, it might be 5 years before the SEC decides to take a look at us. So we can go another 5 years as a status quo and keep things moving. Another problem that I have with the MLM space is that in the United States, MLM is damn near dead. It's dead. Why do I say that? Is because United States, Americans, we have I don't want to call it a shiny ball syndrome, but we have a fast food mentality where we want to get rich today. We don't want to wait 2 to 3 years from now. We don't want to wait 5 years. We don't want to have to go through self-improvement. We don't want to have to do all that nonsense. People want to make money. They don't care about your product. Yeah, the product may work. The product may be great. That's not the motivating factor. People sign up in a network marketing company, a home-based business, to make money. And they have to pay an auto ship to do so. Now, like it or not, the stats are stats. Facts don't lie. More than 90% of people in network marketing will never make positive income, positive cash flow. They may make some money, but at the end of the year, they spent more money on auto ship than money that they actually made. This is most people. That is not also an indictment on network marketing, because network marketing has created the most millionaires than any other industry combined. The opportunity is there for people who are willing to work for it. The sad fact is most of these people that fail aren't willing or cannot put in the time necessary to have success. It's possible for everybody. It's not probable for everybody, unfortunately. That doesn't mean network marketing is a scam because people aren't making money. That doesn't mean an MLM company is a scam because people ain't making money. If somebody is making $1 million in that company, that means you can as well. Unfortunately for Americans, if things ain't going right, you know what we're going to do? We can look on Facebook and see there's a new company promising the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. They don't have to do much work, and let's come on over there. You have options. So if you're a seven-figure leader, your biggest challenge right now is not how can I grow and expand my business. It's I need to rebuild my team every 3 to 6 months just to maintain what I have. That's what I was doing for years. Always a top recruiter, but losing my team every 3 to 6 months because they couldn't either duplicate my success. They weren't willing to put in the training necessary to have skills. They didn't want to have a 2 to 3 year timeline, you know, and there was always something new coming out that's shiny that they can jump on board. So I was always rebuilding to maintain what I had. Residual income in network marketing in the United States is dead. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, and that exception to the rule is if you have an international organization Or if you've been with the company for so long, 10, 15 years, you're one of the old guys that your foundation is so massive, you can live off your residuals, but we know this. You may not admit it. Every month, that check is coming down. Every month. You faking the funk. You ain't going to go on a Facebook Live and admitting any of that. If you have an international organization, you're an exception to the rule. Because international people are a good 7 to 8 years behind the mindset of U.S. people when it comes to MLM. So when we go back to the fact that people's motivation of getting into a home-based business is to make money, and they're not making money in network marketing, they're going to look elsewhere. So that's what I did. I said, okay, I want to get to the next level. I want to consistently make 7 figures a year and more consistently. And to do so, it ain't going to happen in the MLM space unless I decide to bust my tail and go get an international organization. So I looked at what industries out there could that make it happen in the cryptocurrency space. And like Stormy, I bashed crypto for 2 years, not emotionally like she did. What I bashed was MLM companies coming into the cryptocurrency space because the early adapters of that were scam companies. They were scams. They were using the name of Bitcoin as a hook to reel people in to scam you out of your money. Now, because there were scam companies, does that mean the entire space is illegal or every single company is a scam? No. But in my current situation, I didn't even want to do the research to find out if there were. I didn't care. I'm making money right now. I need to keep my people in check. Don't need to look at none of that Bitcoin crap. You need to stay focused. That was my mentality for 2 years, looking at crypto. But then I decided, I need to have an open mind here. I need to learn about this thing. I spent months before I invested anything. I spent months researching, doing my own due diligence, not listening to a 7-figure guru or somebody from an MLM, because you know what they were all saying? It's a scam. You don't need to. I said, you know what? I accept your opinion. I accept your lifestyle. People are making money over there. I need to check out and see what's going on. So I did my research. And I was willing to do research that people on my team weren't willing to do because they didn't follow me on over here. 90% of the people in my power team marketing organization did not come to the crypto space. Shame on them. But that's their decision. They missed out. So what ended up happening was I came into the crypto side. I learned it, which also makes me a little bit dangerous because I know the ins and outs of the MLM side, and I now know the in and outs of the crypto side. I've got the knowledge. What I saw from Stormy's video was lack of knowledge, pure emotion, and pure feeling threatened by what's currently going on probably in her inner circle, her downline, her company, her team. So I came into this space and very quickly became a full-time income with it. Within 60 days. Yeah, first 60 days. It took me 60 days to get to the 5-figure a month mark. And then 90 days to get into, now we're coming on, mid 5 figures a month. And it'll be almost 4 months. One thing that I also learned in this space, and this is where some people need to understand facts, I don't know too many companies in the crypto space where it actually costs money to sign up. There's no fee to join. There's no monthly auto ship. There's no samples to pass out. It's a different industry. It's investing. So the wrong thing that's going to happen with 7-figure people from the MLM space is they're going to attempt to put their knowledge and history of the MLM space and rules and laws and regulations and then adapt that to the crypto space and use Zeke rewards as an example when it's not the same. It's apples and oranges. I do agree that because Randy Gage, and I did a 2-hour rant on Randy Gage the other day. I don't want to get back into that. But Randy Gage is playing on the fears of 7-figure MLM earners and their teams, and he's going to make a fortune off of it by coming out with a book calling everything MLM in the crypto space is a scam. Now, he could have easily said this. The cryptocurrency space is the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. Most people that invest in the crypto space are making money. Yes, it's risky and it is volatile. That's the investment world. Everything is. Nothing is guaranteed. But because of the challenges that the MLM world is facing right now, with the SEC cracking down on the binary structure, with it cracking down on 50% customer acquisition, when it's cracking down on sweetheart deals from people getting signing bonuses, and they're going on stage saying, hey, look at me, look at how much money I made. If you join my company, you can too, and not revealing that they actually got paid $100,000 to join the company. Or they got a leg in the company that was already built for them. You know, MLM has its own problems and issues, and they could say, you know, the world is changing. Direct selling is changing. Ways that people can make money is also changing. And that we need to look into this crypto space and see how can we take advantage of this? How can we adapt to it? How it can actually save MLM in the United States. He could have taken a positive tone, but nobody would have bought that book. Controversy sells, and he knows this. So he's playing on the fears, and he's going to do very well with it. And let me get back to the topic, Stormy. Stormy with this whole rant. And I predict she's going to regret. She'll never admit to this. Not yet. But she's going to regret releasing that video or doing that Facebook Live. She was in a car. Looked like she probably got a phone call from somebody or a text from somebody. And it set her off. And she said, I need to nip this in the bud right now. And turned on her Facebook Live. I don't think she had it well thought out beforehand. She just went on a rant. And she exposed her lack of knowledge of this industry. And it made her look really, really bad, unfortunately. And then her response when she got challenged on it is to just, I'm going to block people. I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't want to hear a counter argument. I believe what I believe. I'm going to block people. The worst thing she did, and she's good at doing this, she pulled out money. I don't know if y'all have it. I've seen the videos of her going into strip clubs and pulling out money, showing the strippers that, hey, you can make this type of money too. You don't have to be, you know, taking off your clothes and dancing on a pole for it, you know, because she's a former stripper. So she knows that lifestyle. So she was out there saving women, and I applaud her for that. But MLM people are really good at pulling out money, want to play the big bank, take little bank thing. If you ain't making my type of money, I ain't even trying to hear you. Some of you listening to this live right now, that's you. I'm not going to call you out yet, but I see you. I'm not going to call you out yet. But she pulled out money talking about this is real. This money right here is real. Y'all need to get with the real money. This is real. And that moves people. Because people want to see money. But she also proved the point. People join companies to make money. And if they are not making money, they're going to look for something that is making people money. She said, what is a coin? This is real money. What is a coin? The money she showed, I'm assuming she made in TLC. She's a 7-figure earner. I'm assuming she made money in that. But guess what? I made money too. And I made money Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin money right here. I live on this. So before you start, and this is just my advice to my fellow 7-figure earners in the MLM space. Because I know you're scared. I know you're scared right now. I know you got to come to the defense. I know you're losing your downlines. They're running to Forex. She was the first she started. I don't know. She didn't call out any company name by name. Randy Gage didn't either. Randy Gage lumped everything together. He didn't mention, he didn't say the name, but he was talking about OneCoin. And I know the companies that are going to come in target first. I'm going to name 4 of them that are going to come under attack from the MLM space. OneCoin, rightfully so, because I don't believe in that company. But they're going to ignore that one. It's going to be USI-Tech is the main one. That's going to be their main target. Because the first main company that people from the MLM space go to, because it's kind of familiar with the setup, is going to be USI-Tech. Especially since most of the top leaders in MLM secretly have positions in USI-Tech. So it's going to be USI-Tech. is going to be, let's see, OneCoin, USI-Tech, BitConnect, and mining companies. Those are going to be, oh yeah, IML and wealth generators, because IML and wealth generators has Forex, USI-Tech has Forex, that's adding crypto onto it. USI-Tech's on their ICO right now, so what's happening is a lot of people in the MLM are trying to get in on that ICO, and they're going to their upline about it, and then their upline's like, what the hell are you talking about? What, you putting money into those scams? Oh, I need to shut this crap down right now. So here's my advice to you 7-figure earners that's scared to death. Number one, the worst thing to do is to try to call me out and challenge me on this. Number two, I'm prepared. Number two, watch the statements you make publicly. Nobody thinks they're on the wrong side of history in the moment. And Facebook records everything that you do. So watch what you say publicly. The biggest mistake Stormy made was when she said, you're stupid if you're investing in crypto. All right, so let's call Bill Gates stupid. Let's call John McAfee stupid. Let's call Novogratz stupid. Let's call the Winklevoss twins, who just became the first Bitcoin billionaires, stupid. Let's call Steve Wozniak stupid. Let's call Richard Branson stupid. You insulted everybody for them making a decision on making money for their family. And you're showing your colors by saying, you know what, the only good thing for you to do is if you're doing what I'm doing. And if you ain't going to do what I do and I don't understand it, you're stupid for it. That was the worst thing she did. Cheers was like, coins. Another thing she did, which is really unveiled her ignorance, and I say this respectfully so, because like I said, I had nothing but love for Stormy. I ain't got nothing against her. I'm cool with Stormy. I'm just trying to protect my sister here. But she gonna flash out money like, oh, this is the real deal. This is the only thing talk. The government ain't gonna shut this down. You think the government's gonna shut this down or allow this? You have no idea what the hell's going on. The US dollar is only 5% what it was worth 100 years ago. The value of it is dropping like a rock. It is about to crash. Go YouTube, what's his name? Oh my goodness. Gage? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He talks about, he's an economist. And he talks about the pending economic collapse. She doesn't even know that the federal government is already creating a digital currency called the Fed coin. That we're going to be going into a cashless society. That money is going to be worth nothing. It's not backed by nothing. She has no idea why Bitcoin was even created in the first place, which was a result of the financial collapse of 2008. People want to have control of their own money. Tavares said she brought up the IRS. Only thing the IRS cares about is getting their check, getting their piece. They just want to make sure people pay taxes. IRS ain't going to shut crypto down. You can't shut crypto down. The best hope that MLM has is that the SEC shuts down a couple of companies in the crypto space. But that's hypocritical for MLM people trying to talk about the SEC shutting stuff down when they got the biggest problem in the MLM space on the SEC shutting you down. So when I see a 7-figure earner running their mouth, why am I going to respond? Because like them, I'm also going to defend my space. I'm not going to sit back and allow somebody to just run their mouth because they have some influence. Damn it, I have influence as well. And I think I can have a bigger microphone and I know what the hell I'm talking about. So let me get back to, because I didn't want this to be real long and long-winded. I want to give some advice to my 7-figure earners in the MLM space. Before you open your mouth, before you go grab Randy Gage's book and you listen to what Troy Dooley has to say, which is great content, do your own due diligence. Yes, there are scam companies in crypto. Yes. That does not mean they all are. Most of them are not even MLM companies. We're talking about referral programs here that you're claiming to be an MLM company. An affiliate company is not MLM. Most of them, there is no fee to sign up. Most of them, there is no monthly auto ship. It's a different world. So before you start to talk about this space out of fear, do your homework and do some research on it first. Because you will look silly. And your downline is going to look at you like, who the hell is this? They lost their doggone mind. All they want is for me to stay on. I heard, I think it was Tanisha said that a lot of the leaders are now having focus challenges. What? Focus challenges? Focus on what? Yeah, stay focused here. Stay on auto ship. Don't hear no evil, see no evil. Don't look at what's going on over there in the crypto world. They're going to take all your money. Fear tactics. Focus challenge? How about focus on getting this money right? How about focus on making some money? Every single person on my team is getting paid. Every single one. Stormy, can you say that? Hell no. Every single one on her team can get paid. Every single one on her team has the potential of getting paid if they're willing to put in the work that Stormy's put in. But a lot of them ain't Stormy. They don't have the talent and skill and the drive. They didn't go through what she went through in life. By any means necessary. She did what she had to do. She's a boss on that. But I just saw a video from we call her Granny Crypto. And you know what happened to Granny Crypto? She was working a job she's been on for 25 years, and they laid her off. And when they laid her off, she was looking for ways of making money. She was looking on Craigslist for jobs. But because of her age, jobs wouldn't hire her. If she joined an MLM company, how long would it take her to be able to recoup the income she lost? What type of skill, what would she have to learn how to do? She got into the crypto space. 5 months later, she's made over $60,000 without recruiting a whole team of people because she let her money work for her. See, let me tell you this. I'm gonna give you MLM people some knowledge here because you like to use this argument. We say that, you know, what do 9-to-5 people do? 9-to-5 people trade time for money. Time for money. You work 40 hours a week, you get paid for 40 hours a week. If you want more money, you got to work more hours. You got to put in more time or get a second job. The reason why I joined MLM is because I wanted to leverage not me, but other people. What about J. Paul Getty says, I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Meaning if I had 100 people on my team, 10% of them decided not to go to work that day, 90% income still coming in because 90 people are going to work. That's great for MLM, but there's another level after that. This is the next level. How do millionaires get wealthy? Because they don't trade time for money. They don't even leverage other people. They leverage their own money. They let money work for them. You know, Britney Spears makes $200,000 a month off of her own interest without ever touching her capital. Trust fund babies, earning interest. Interest is what rules this world. Compound interest. It's why millionaires and billionaires came out of the stock market. See, it takes $250,000 to $1 million to even be in that game, which is why y'all don't know about it. MLM people don't make enough money to be in that game. So they stop at, we're going to leverage other people to make money. There's another level above that. It's called letting your money work for you. I made $400 last night while I was sleeping. And not because my team was hawking products and services. My money was making money while I was sleeping. That's called wealth generation. And that's what she did. So you're going to call her a fool for investing in something that saved her from being on the government's roll because she made some money investing in crypto. Be careful what you say. And here's my last prediction. I got to get out of here. I could talk on this all day because I know the attacks are going to come. This is just the beginning. Not just from Stormy. There are people out there much bigger than Stormy. Some of them are on this listening to me right now. They have a lot to lose because of this. They have a lot to lose. So here is what is going to happen in 2018. And I'm surprised Kenny Lloyd and TLC either already knows this or it already knows it's going to be implemented. Here's what's going to happen in 2018. If you're in an MLM company, you're bashing it right now, crypto, everything, everywhere you go. You're bashing Bitcoin. Next year, your CEO is going to have a private call with the top leaders of the company. And they're going to say, you know what, guys? We are now going to accept Bitcoin payments for our product and services. And they're going to tell you why they're doing it. They're going to say, we're accepting it because, one, it's instant transaction. We get our money instantly. Two, there's no chargebacks. So our merchant accounts aren't going to get hit. There's not going to be any fraud on it. There's not going to be, any of that. See, this is one of the biggest things that we worry about on the corporate side. Our merchant accounts, our bank accounts getting locked up, fraud, chargebacks, not being able to get paid from the products that we send out in a timely fashion. So that's the first thing on the product side. It's only going to make sense. It's only going to make business sense to accept Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies as payment for your product and services because it happens instantly. The second thing they're going to do is we are now going to pay our commissions out in Bitcoin as an option if they don't outright say this is the only way you're going to get paid. Why will they do this? Because if you have an international organization, and this is for you seven-figure earners that are trying to launch in other countries. One of the biggest problems we have was, let's say we had a person in Nigeria who had no bank account, who had no access to credit cards. They made $50. By the time they set up a Payoneer account, we got money to them and the fees and what's going on with Nigeria, they would only get $5. $5 is their profit after they earn $50 because of all the fees. That's where Bitcoin comes in. It eliminates all that crap. And the transaction happens instantly because all your person would need to do is have access to the internet. They don't need a bank account. They'd only need to have access to the internet. And they can get paid, not next week, not next month, but instantly. So imagine if you have a business and you're trying to expand into another country and you're able to tell the leaders over there, you know what, we are able to pay you and your team next week, instantly from getting started. You avoid having to, let's say, I got to set up to join get started in another country. I got to set up a bank account. I got to put $100,000 cash in that bank. I got to put somebody in that country on the letterhead for my company, which gives them access to the bank. So I got to worry about them running off with the money. How about avoiding all of that? You ain't got to set up a bank account in the country. Everything's digital. Everything's online. Now, if you're a product-based company, you still got to follow the rules on setting up a warehouse, getting a license and all that. But going the Bitcoin route makes things smoother, easier, and more efficient. And then what are you going to say? Oh man, I was bashing Bitcoin. Well, you're going to turn around and have a Sunday night team call with your team and say, good news, everybody. We now can get paid in Bitcoin. You know, it's real coins, not this money. It's real coins. And you're going to act like it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread that your people are getting paid in Bitcoin. And then they're going to go back in your history and saw you was bashing it. So you're either going to have to admit that you were either wrong or you were uninformed. How many seven-figure earners admit that they're wrong or uninformed? And here's the ultimate thing that these seven-figure earners are going to do. They're going to say, they'll respond to me by saying, Brandon, I'm not calling Bitcoin a fraud and a scam. I understand the power of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. The problem I have is MLM companies coming in and scamming people out of their money. That's the only problem I have. And they're right about that because I have the same problem. I have the same issue with MLM companies in the crypto space, ruining it for everybody else. But here is what these same seven-figure earners are going to do. Next year, it's going to be unavoidable. Either they're going to be offered a master distributorship or they may create a company of their own, a company that has not been started yet, a company you have not heard of yet, because that's what happens. It's the spring cleaning, the new year. This was the new time for new companies to launch. They're going to be at the top of this new network or crypto company, and they're going to say, hey guys, I know I was saying that crypto MLMs were bad, so I did my research, and now we know how to do it the right way. We're creating our own company. We're doing it the right way. Come and be in my crypto company, and they're going to be the biggest advocates for the crypto space, as long as they're on top. As long as they're on top. The hardest thing, and I speak from experience, is to spend 3 to 6 months training and putting all your time into somebody on your team, for them to leave, join another company, and then them come back to you with the link saying, hey, you got to check this company out. I love to have you on my downline. After you spend all your time training them for you to go on their downline. No, 7-figure earners don't do that. They go directly to the company. So as long as they're on top, they can spin it and say, yeah, I'm in crypto now because I finally found a company that's doing it the right way. You guys understand that? Don't call me Nostradamus here. I'm only speaking from experience because I know how these people think. And I don't fake the funk. I call it like it is. That's why I left the industry. Not because I thought the industry was bad, because I wanted to make some freaking money. And this is a space that's going to do it and allow the most amount of people to do it at the same time. And I don't have to join an MLM company to make money in this space. So be careful what you say. So that's it. I don't even know what time it is, but I got more crypto money to make. Get our day started. So you guys can share this video, pass it around. But I'm telling you, the storm is coming. These 7-figure guys are going to go ham. They are going to go crazy. They are going to be frothing at the mouth. They coming for you. And they're doing it because they want to keep what they have. And then they're going to flip next year. Mark my words. Bitcoin Brandon out. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye. Got me out here showing money. I never showed money before on a freaking video. I had to prove a point. Bye-bye.